All right, maintenance instruction 1738. Scheduled maintenance program blower type GP and ST mile locomotive with the 64 645 engine cubic engine. Introduction. The maintenance instruction provides the average recommendations which should ensure the satisfactory locomotive operation. Economical maintenance cost. The average load factor. The average climatic conditions are encountered is intended to serve as a guide with establishing maintenance schedules that will meet the particular requirements of the individual operation plan economic life of the locomotive. The recommendations are based as follows. Conditions. Fuel oil use will meet the specifications of maintenance instruction 1750. Lubrication oil use will meet specifications applicable. The maintenance instruction will be changed at intervals specified by the maintenance instruction. Engine coolant use will meet the specification of maintenance instruction 1748. The asterisk, this bulletin is revised, superseded previous issues of the number. 4. Lubricating oil filters will be quality equal to original equipment and will be changed at intervals specified by the maintenance instruction. Procedure lifted in maintenance instruction 1705 and 1707 will be followed for new locomotives newly installed replacement assemblies. Instruction references. Abbreviations used with instruction reference publication containing information related with the maintenance following examples of the provided with the aid. Understand the abbreviations used. The LSM means locomotive service manual, electric EMM means engine maintenance manual, and MI means maintenance instruction. Alright, 1 week or 3,500 miles. Lube oil filters. Check lube oil filter tank pressure. The locomotive service manual. Check if them can be made weekly, oftener at fueling or turnaround points. Replace filter elements and tank pressure. So indicated fuel filters. Check pressure differential at rack mounted filter gauge. Locomotive service manual. Same note is immediately above. We use the pleated cotton paper element. It's 1 week or 3,500 miles. Traction support bearings, check lubrication level to fill the overload flow of maintenance instruction 1756. Traction motor gear case and 1 week or 3,500 miles. Maintain lubricating a sufficient level to provide maintenance instruction 1756. Full gear tooth dip into the grease 1 month or 15,000 miles. Lube oil take sample of the analyst serve the component laboratory may help the monitor suitable with the oil for intended use. Engine protector check operation. Electric engine maintenance manual. Locomotive service manual maintenance instruction 259 and 260. Generator pit drain aspirator inspect and clean if needed. Air brake box drain check operation if clean if necessary. Engine maintenance manual. And battery check electrolyte level. We'll check with the specific gravity washout battery boxes. And in the 1 month or 15,000 miles, the main generator. Inspect diode fuses. Replace diodes and fuses as required where used. Maintenance instruction 33.17.2. When the generator airbox panels are removed, clean the inspection windows, inspector collector rings, and brushes. At 1 month or 15,000 miles continued. Engine air filter panel type oil bath where used. Check oil level and locomotive service manual. Engine oil filter site. Cycle coil type used. Check oil level and locomotive service manual. Engine air filter paper or fiberglass type where used. Check an indicator if trip with the tacho manometer readings. Replacement element in the locomotive service manual. Announcer module where used. Monitor announcers record lighted with the indicator perform. Check for the maintenance indicating lights. If set an announcer switch to test position, observe all of the announcer lights are lighted and set the announcer switch to reset position. Journal box, maintain fill, plug level, the maintenance instructions 1756 and 1552, 2 months of 30,000 miles. Lube oil filter, chain filter element, locomotive service manual, clean lube oil strainer, electric engine maintenance manual, filter strainer housing with oil before starting the engine. Alright, 30 months or 45,000 miles. Clean and filter fuel filters, clean and replace suction strainer element, locomotive service manual, change engine mounted filter elements, engine maintenance manual, use only elements for the equal to original equipment. Check rack mounted filter, locomotive service only with a pleated cotton paper element. 3 months or 45,000 miles continued. Cooling system, check the inhibitor concentration, maintenance instruction 1748. Fuel tank drain condensate. Locomotive service manual more frequently during periods of high humidity, rapid temperature traction motors. Replace brushes, insets only. Maintenance instruction 3900. Depending upon the type of the operation and condition, brush life will range from 3 to 6 months. Clean and creepage areas blow out with a clean dry air. Visual inspection support bearing wick lubricating with a dirt plug of the wick of the excessive wear. Check clean and replace as necessary. Alright, inertial filter blower motor. Check for operation. Electrical cabinet press tabs. Check hoses taps for leaks obstructions. Engine air filters cycle oil. Check oil drain and fill only. Engine air filter panel type oil bath change oil drain and fill only. Engine oil air filters paper with tackle manometer reading replace elements if locomotive service manual necessary. Engine air filter fiberglass replace element batteries wash cell tops apply petroleum jelly to the terminals. Low voltage electrical system check for grounds. Engine inspect the airbox. Engine maintenance manual for the crankcase, crankshaft, connecting rod, piston rings, and cylinder liners. Inspections inspect the cylinder head mechanism within the engine. The electrical engine maintenance manual idling at operating temperature. Inspect the engine fuel line connections for leaks. In the engine maintenance manual, inspect the engine water system for leaks. For engine maintenance manual, locomotive service manual. Speed recorder and driver cable lubricate the item is not required for the grease lubricated records. For refer to speed record manufacturers bulletins. Door hardware lubricate hinge latches linkage. Maintenance instruction 1756. 6 months 90,000 mile oil system change engine oil. Locomotive service manual engine maintenance manual evaluation engine for the oil condition dictate the frequency of the item type of the service the type of the oil the quality of the filter elements the condition engine influence of the frequency of the oil change. Alright, 6 month or 90,000 mile oil system clean and oil suction screens, engine maintenance manual clean scavenging oil screens, engine maintenance manual fill strainer housing with the oil before starting the engine, check oil pan, check filter housing engine, check exhaust manifold, base flange bolts of the used proper tightness. 6 months or 90,000 miles continued, radiator clean air passages, the locomotives for the operating with a certain section of the country during certain sessions will require more frequent cleaning during the airboard season leads. Main generator, the AR-10 and D14 inspector collector rings and brushes. Maintenance instruction 3317.2 with the reverse polarity and collector rings. The D32, D14 inspector collector rings and brushes. Maintenance instruction 3302 reverse polarity and collector rings. Inspect communicator brushes. Blow out with the air and clean creepage surfaces. Main reservoir, replace air filter and locomotive service manual. Check operation automatic drain valve, locomotive service manual. The IDAC used and check for operation locomotive service manual. Module testing where used. Perform self-tests on modules, locomotive service manual. Voltage regulator where used. Locomotive service manual. Check the auxiliary generator output voltage. Check the auxiliary generator with the preference of the voltage. Voltage regulator module where used. Locomotive service manual to check the auxiliary generator output voltage. Your TH model where used. Locomotive service output voltage VRR section. Ground relay locomotive service manual. Check ground relay action. Hand brake check for operation lubrication maintenance instruction 1571. 1577. Alright, 1 year, 180,000 miles, engine oil nut, retorquing, cylinder head, crab nuts, loosen, then torque the bolt to specify the engine maintenance manual, main lube, oil, piston, cooling, oil pump, engine maintenance, shaft, nut, head, frame, crankcase, bolts, engine maintenance manual, engine, place top deck, cover, seal, check latches, qualify, injector set, the injector timing, injector brake length, the engine maintenance manual, check engine speed, engine maintenance manual, check the overspeed to the engine maintenance manual, check the governor pilot valve setting, engine maintenance manual. If the engine speed is changed, reset the governor stand, remove the clean operator oil separator element in the engine maintenance manual, remove the oil pan handle hole cover and spec, engine maintenance manual, harmonic balancer while the engine is barred over. Exhaust system, clean the spark retention trap, tighten the bands connecting manifold section, air compressor. This is 1 year, 180,000 miles. Clean air intake screen with where used locomotive service manual. Clean air filter housing, replace air filter locomotive service manual. Do not attempt to clean elements. Change the oil. The maintenance instruction 1756. 1 year, 180,000 miles. Continued air filters the car body and aerial with locomotive service manual. Measure the pressure job. Clean if necessary. Engine side coil locomotive to change oil and clean some. Check operation vary flow valve. Check condition of hoses. Engine panel type oil bath, change oil, clean some filter, media locomotive service manual, lube oil filter, remove oil filter, bypass valve, clean inspect, maintenance instruction 926 test, magnet valves, clean and replace seats of maintenance instruction 4707, electrical cabinets, air filter, locomotive service drain filter elements, doors, seals, check for the damage, leakage, replace if necessary, adjust lock keeper if required, contact tips, locomotive service manual, visual, inspect the tips of all the power of the contact reversers, brake transfer, switch replace as required, checking timing to delay devices, auxiliary generator, inspect replace brushes when required. No remark. Normal auxiliary generators brush life is between replacing and sets at 21 to 24 months. Dynamic brake rheostat where you use blowout with dryer. Inspect the contact brush replaces necessary maintenance instruction 4334. 1 year, 180,000 miles. Continued load regulator with a plate type. Blowout with dry air. Inspect contact brush and replace if necessary. Maintenance instruction 4505. Full pump motor. Inspect clean and dry. Fuel pump motor. Inspect clean with dry air. Replace brushes. Starting motor where used. Blowout with the dry air. Agent maintenance manual. Cab heater. Blown out blower motor. Replacing brushes. Air conditioner, inspect compressor motor brushes and replace maintenance instruction 4122. If necessary, inspector blower motor brushes, replace if necessary, clean evaporator, return air filter, clean condenser in the coils, cooling fans, engine temperature switches, check for proper operation, setting, locomotive service manual, replace condition shutter, magnet valves, radiator, clean new header screens after first year of operation condition of screens at this. Um, the next the remark is present metal chips of the first cleaning of the after engine has been renewed is not an inspection and can provide basis for future abnormal condition cleaning. Dynamic brake kits where used inspect blow clean drag air. Dynamic brake blower motor where used inspect place renew brushes and necessary replace brushes set. 1 year, 180,000 miles. Continue main generator AR10 D14. Replace collector ring brushes D32 D14. Replace collector ring and commuter brushes. Traction motor. Check air duct below the alignment and leakage. Inspect wear plates and arm. Replace supporting bearing wick and lubricators. Maintenance instruction 3900. Alignment control of the coupler where used. Check with the wear and alignment control. Maintenance instruction 2703. And engagement cooling system inspection. Performance pressure test. Locomotive service manual. Replace pressure cap if it's defective with the governor. Change oil. Maintenance instruction 1764. Brake slack adjuster screws. Coat threads using grease. Graphite grease. Truck center bearing. Add 2 quarts of oil. Locomotive service manual. Automatic main reservoir. Drain valves clean and repair. All right, 2 years or 360,000 miles. Lube oil cooler. Check the temperature differential between the lube and the oil and cooling water in the engine. Locomotive service manual. Maintenance number 2927. Clean the cooler if necessary. Hot oil detector removed and check for the operation of maintenance. Locomotive service manual. Temperature. The governor. Renewed diaphragm of the engine. Maintenance manual. Fuel pump motor. Replace the coupling spider. Starting motors when used. Disassemble, clean, and lubricate with the engine maintenance manual. And inspect the brusher with the replace if necessary in the engine maintenance manual. Air compressor with a gear type oil pump. Replace oil filter. Maintenance instruction 1144. Cooling system pressure cap. Replace cab locomotive service manual. Inspect filler neck with the damages. Replace with the damaged engine compactor and replace. Maintenance instruction 259 and 260 with a qualified test stand for after renewing springs, O-rings, and diaphragms. Electrical control circuits. Check settings operating with a non-modular protective regulating devices and circuits. Locomotive service manual on module equipped with like locomotives qualified modules related circuits and locomotive service manual. 3 years or 540,000 miles. Engine and replace cylinder assembly and replace injectors. Inspect qualified connecting rod bearings. Inspect qualifying piston cooling tubes. Install new thrust collars. Install new lower bearing rods. Inspect rocker arms, rocker arm bushings, cam followers, check last adjusters, check exhaust valve time, and replace water pump seals, all worn by parts to the engine maintenance manual. Air compressor, recondition valves, and maintenance instruction 1144 on locomotive service manual. Traction motors need to be replaced and replacement over at 3 years or 540,000 miles. Replace the motors used the electric motor division unit exchange or equivalent for no scheduled maintenance portion of this maintenance instruction. Main generator AR10. Remove rectifier cylinder from the airbox. Remove fuses. Thoroughly wash heat sink and diodes. Maintenance instruction 33172. Caution: never use a caustic solution. Cooling system. Replace flexible coupling seals. Battery boxes. Clean and paint. Shutter air cylinders. Replace piston rod cylinder seals. Air test cylinders after seal replacement. All right, every 4 years or 720,000 miles. Dynamic brake blower replace should be in the electric motor device unit exchange or equivalent. Engine blowers replaced should be the electric motor device used in exchange and equivalent. Blower and 2 filter air duct where used and replace. Governor replace should be electric motor division unit exchange or equivalent. Fuel pump and motor recondition maintenance instruction 4101 and 4110. Auxiliary generator replace maintenance instruction 753. 1753, replace electric motor division unit exchange equivalent. Replace driving couplings maintenance instruction 1753. All right. Narrow air filter motor. Replace electric motor division unit exchange or equivalent. Cooling fans replace with the electric motor unit exchange or equivalent. 6 years or 1,080,000 miles. Air compressor needs to be reconditioned. Maintenance instruction 1154. Reconditioning driving coupling 1753. Replace crankshaft harmonic balancer where used, recondition, requalify, replace oil pumps, replace oil pressure relief valve, clean and inspect engine maintenance manual test. Replace lower liner inserts, inspect injector control linkage, replace links and seals and bearings if required. Main generator AR10 or the D32 with a large bearing. Remove the bearing cover and inspect with the grease contamination, excessive wear, overheating, and apply new grease to the maintenance instruction 3317-1. AR10 with a small bearing with a replace the bearing in a housing. Maintenance instruction 3317-1. Main reserve system, clean system recondition valves, 12 years or 2,160,000 miles. Engine replace the electric motive division unit exchange or equivalent. Main generator replace with electric motive unit device unit exchange or equivalent. High voltage cabling, renew, recognize with the work was not required at this particular time in the mileage. However, the shop deficiencies may require operation time and engine generator exchange. Low voltage wiring renewed since remark is immediately above. Alright, non-scheduled maintenance. If the finite time mileage schedule with the items listed below cannot be established due to variation of the wear of the component life related with the operation condition. The following work is performed with the wheel change time and the wheel truck is removed with a reconditioned pinion. To check the in-volt profile wear, the magnaflux and maintenance instruction 1518. The axle gear chain check for in-volt profile wear, magnaflux maintenance instruction 1518. Axle magnaflux with the wheels and inner race removed, maintenance instruction 1518. Your tractor motor check bearings due to the heat and noise test for the maintenance instruction 3900. Truck assembly is removed from the locomotive traction motor for the unusual bearing noise heat or not less than 1500 RPMs. Your jigstone communicator and cleaning slots, maintenance instruction 3900. Restore and smooth the concentric surface for the inspection indicates it's needed. Caution, do not stone communicator by hand. Journal boxes, journal bearings, cleaning, recondition, maintenance instruction 1552. Truck assemblies, inspect, test, and repair the following items necessary. Following frame, bolster, wear, plates, liners, springs, spring seats, snubbers, brake rigging, rubber boost, bolster, springs, shock absorber and sander, guides, maintenance instruction 1501, 4, and 6. And this was a maintenance instruction for your scheduled maintenance blower type and GP ST model locomotives with the 645 cubic engines. Testing.